I think I've come down to 3 games this year.
Okay.
And I would walk right by you and I would go, oh my goodness, who is this?
I want to do it all the time. Everybody got an opportunity. I wake up in the morning, I was looking for a sign.
I was conflicted about what I wanted to do, pursuing rap. I didn't want to be a typical rapper. I had lost my job, but right when I lost my job, I found my career.
You're doing more than performing down here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
How would you describe what you're doing?
I don't know. I guess to put it in words, I know it's an act of service to help people smile, and then that smile transfer into like them believing in themselves, like awareness, understanding they're not alone. It's definitely not about me in some cases. It was more of a divine calling.
I found it very interesting and cool that all of these big people follow you. I think I saw, did I see Snoop?
Yeah, Snoop Dogg followed me.
And
yeah, it was amazing.
Do they ever reach out to you and say anything, or do they just follow you and because they like what you're doing, or?
Oh, I done had some people reach out for sure.
Okay, who?
Mark Cuban.
Hey Yetta, you know how much love and respect I have for you? Girl,
Ditto.
Why do I feel like I'm your best friend? I just met you.
You are merging of Oprah and Barbara Walters. There you go.
Joining us at the desk today is Emmy Award-winning journalist and anchor. It's Yetta Gibson, everybody.
Welcome to this Arizona's Family original. On tonight's show, someone who definitely knows a thing or two about starting a music career on the streets, literally. Here are some others: Ed Sheeran, Somber, Tracy Chapman. All of these folks, now very famous songwriters, started playing music on sidewalks. So our guest tonight has that in common with these guys and has no plans of slowing down. Ray Wimley is his name. I'm wearing his shirt. Look at this. You're gonna remember that name. You can find him whenever you go down to Mortgage Matchup, maybe to watch the Suns or the Mercury play. And hopefully someday he will be on center stage. Watch this.
500 watt right there, y'all.
They ask, you so cool. Hey, always be yourself. Yep.
Yeah, that's my song. We'll get into this later.
Look at that camera,
Okay.
clap this in and say your name.
Clap this in and say my name. I'm Ray Wimley. Is that good?
That's perfect.
Cool. I never did that before.
was-
That's a first. That's a first.
That's all we
That's a
need,
first. I
baby.
never did
We
that
got
before.
So I've come down, I think I've come down to 3 games this year.
Okay.
And I would walk right by you and I would go, oh my goodness, who is that?
I'm back on the the vibe just shifted, the time is now. Let's go get it.
It's hard not to notice the music right outside of Mortgage Matchup.
Really align yourself.
It's a vibe, and Ray Wimley is the man behind it. The first time I said that. The second time I was like, oh my God, he sounds like Andre 3000.
Oh yeah.
And then I noticed how many people were following you, and some stars too.
Yeah.
You're doing more than performing down here.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's
What
more of a
would
service.
you? How would you describe what you're doing down here?
I guess to put it in words, I know it's an act of service to help people smile, and then that smile transfer into like them believing in themselves, like awareness, understanding they're not alone. It's definitely not about me in some cases. It was more of a divine calling.
As you probably noticed, Ray is not just your regular street performer.
Because I'm back on the move. Again, yep.
The story behind how he got here dates back to 2018 from New Orleans.
Yeah, I think it's right where it's supposed to be.
It's right where it's supposed to be.
Initially, when anything happened, though, it's like, oh my goodness.
When what happened?
There was some moments that happened downtown in New Orleans where I previously was performing.
Okay.
Where I saw celebrities walk by, or big names in the city, like Manny Fresh. I did a showcase. I ended up winning. He was one of the judges, and he gave me his number, and we exchanged contacts, and I got a chance to like perform on stage in front of him. That was dope. The Common situation.
We can let the microphone just take it today. Man, take it today or you can take me away.
During the Essence Fest in New Orleans, Ray was performing on a street corner. This was 2019. And out walks famous rapper and actor Common, who joined him on the mic. That moment, viral, seen by millions, and Ray started to get noticed, even making an appearance on The Tonight Show with Common to talk about that moment.
I was conflicted about what I wanted to do, pursuing rap. And I didn't want to be a typical rapper. My wife was very like we were just more centered on like, you know, spirituality and growing people and having faith-based. But the people that was around at that time was more like old school, traditional.
Oh, yeah. They're like, get a job,
Yeah,
do
that type of
the
thing.
regular
And I was like,
stuff.
I had lost my job, but right when I lost my job, I found my career. So like I was trying to figure out a way to supplement my income.
That's crazy. You know, I was just reading something today that talked about losing my job was the best thing that ever happened to me. Would you say that's what happened with you?
Yeah, I get chills when you say that, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because it takes away the safety net or whatever they believe the safety net is.
Yeah.
And then it forces you to act in a way where you got to be focused.
Right. Tell me the process when you set up over here at Mortgage Matchup. What's the process for your performances down here? Do you call them performances?
Yeah.
They are performances?
I think so.
Ray, performing here in downtown Phoenix is a choice. For me, I found it very interesting and cool that all of these big people follow you. I think did I see Snoop?
Yeah, Snoop Dogg followed me.
And
yeah,
a host of other people that I can't remember right now, but
yeah, that was great.
do they ever reach out to you and say anything, or do they just follow you and because they like what you're doing, or?
Oh, I done had some people reach out for sure.
Okay, who?
Mark Cuban.
Oh, wow.
Anthony Joshua, the boxer.
And what are they saying to you?
Mark Cuban wanted me to do a song, so I did a song for him. Yeah.
What kind of song?
It was a song for the Dallas Mavericks. He wanted to see if I could do something for him after I went
said,
viral. Yeah,
yes.
I did a song, of course.
Is there an ultimate goal? Is there somewhere you want to go? Right now, this is your stage. Is there a stage you want to be on?
Oh, that's so interesting you say that. It is a stage.
It is a stage right here.
Of course, I have goals. I would like to perform on some of the biggest stages. I like to go on the Grammy stage.
Okay.
But then it shifts based as I get older. It's that part of me to understand that it continuously evolves. So I try to set goals that I think are meaningful for me. And if the stage makes sense, then I'll do it. But if the stage shifts, I don't get too focused on the stage.
I got you. So you're not chomping at the bit trying to get a record deal. It's whatever feels like should be the next step.
Precisely.
Have you been offered a record deal?
I think, yeah, I've been offered several type of deals.
And you haven't taken it? Hasn't felt right yet?
No.
Not yet.
I've got investors, and then other deals just hasn't. No.
Hasn't felt right yet.
Nah.
Yeah.
Fans who enjoy what I do because it moves my heart. I'm very family oriented. So like people will tell me stories about how like, oh, this changed my life, and
what changed their lives?
So I have certain pieces or performances that I do. They're more centered around like mental health. I'm a dad, married, firm believing God. So a lot of my content derives from that.
Okay.
And it was this particular lady in New Orleans. I was just freestyling. Sometimes I'll pick up energy from people and say, maybe they need to hear this today. And I said something specifically, I think, that spoke to her spirit.
Gotcha.
And her look was very interesting to me. And she was like, I had some suicidal thoughts in my head today. And what you said kind of like shifted my perspective on reality.
Yeah.
I needed that.
Yeah.
I picked up on something that was serious. Because being out and being around people on a consistent basis, you know, people have faces, but they can't hide energy. Right? Fans might be mad because they lost the game.
Yeah.
You got all of those things going on. See somebody push me right out here at the Super Bowl.
Just randomly?
Yeah. Well, ooh. I was mad about that one.
You had to keep it together.
I was mad about that one. A lot of folks, sometimes just unaware of their surroundings. You might trip over a set here and there, might stumble.
Yeah.
But it's really character building because forgiving is a big part. I try not to focus too much on that. I connect with who's connected with me.
That's what my mama told me. Stay consistent on your grind. Happens over time.
And it's all freestyling depending on who is right there at that moment.
Precisely.
What do you consider this space for you personally? I mean, other than a stage, because it definitely is that for you. But what else does it feel like for you to be down here?
Training. It feels like repetitions. Like, it feels like a place where I could just release. It feels like a home to me in another way. It feels like a space of where I'm supposed to be. It feels divinely led. It feels free. I feel everything, but I think it's a place of expression. I get a chance to just be myself.
Yeah.
And I love that.
How would you explain this? You know, people come down here and they go, oh, the guy who performs there. Some people may know who you are and go, oh my gosh, Ray. Oh, he's a performer. But what are you really down here to do?
I'm really down here to inspire people, but more that and like help people realize that it's positivity in their day, and also like to lead with their heart. Unity.
Unity.
You know, I think music is a medium for me to have conversations much like these.
Right.
And see that we're not that different.
So if you're walking outside of the arena, there is a chance Ray may see you and drop a surprise verse just for you.
Do it for they soul, this is what it is. Yetta laid back, color green, fingernails did, that's the queen. This is what it's about.
So I'm just bringing that Southern comfort to this space so people can feel comfortable.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I mean, how can you not love Ray? Ray Wimley, remember that name. And remember, he's on the move. So he's got his first full-length concert that's going to happen. It's in the Valley. It's at Cactus Jack's Bar and Grill, and it happens June 25th. We are rooting for you, Ray, and I will be there.
Oh!
You know what's crazy? This looks so real. I mean, obviously, Devin Booker would never do that. But how crazy is this? Does this kind of stuff come up on your feed all the time?
Yeah, I mean, you send me half of this.
I do. I'm one of those people that sends crazy stuff. Oh, Devin, what did you do here? Okay, if you've seen this, you know that AI is taking over our algorithms, and you know we got to dig into this. So coming up, this is our brand new segment. We're calling it The Algorithm Did It. Ian's going to join me, as you saw there. We're going to take you through some of the wildest videos that are popping up on my feed, probably yours as well, and some thoughts with some of the contents and the creators. All right, have you seen this crazy stuff online, like Instagram fruits having affairs? Have you seen those? I send those to everybody. If you haven't seen those, have you seen the ones where the NBA players are punching people, like referees and things like that? Well, hopefully, if you have seen them, you know that they are AI, okay? They are AI. AI really doing its thing online when it comes to the stuff that shows up on our feed. So we're diving into some of this content. We're calling this new segment, The Algorithm Did It.
After a baffling technical foul call, and holy D-Book absolutely slaps the official.
No!
You know what's crazy? This looks so real. I mean, obviously, Devin Booker would never do that. But how crazy is this? Does this kind of stuff come up on your feed all the time?
Yeah, I mean, you send me half of this. You send me dancing vegetables and vegetables making out or whatever. It's crazy stuff. But this stuff is like crazy real. And some of these sports ones I saw, like for a second, I was like, wait, did he really punch that dude?
I know. You're like, how come we didn't have this on the news?
Right. We dropped this story. We dropped the ball.
I'm glad that most of them are putting up here. These AI videos are getting out of control. Most of the time now when I see them versus, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago, they used to just come out as though they were the real deal.
One of those accounts, you were chatting with one of the guys, and he doesn't even live here.
Well, we're talking about the fruits making out and cheating on each other, and people are like, what fruits? These fruits.
Stop the ceremony.
What?
I can't marry you.
He chose the life he deserves. You're leaving me here in front of everyone?
I'm choosing a better future.
Once you click on these, Ian, as you know, they start popping up on your algorithm, which is why we named this segment what we named it.
We got ourselves to blame.
What I started thinking about before I reached out to this guy was the amount of likes he has. And I get it. You can buy likes and all this stuff. But I've seen reactions, people making reaction videos to the vegetables and fruits making out. So here's what he said about this. People are following these stories and, you know, they're cartoon and they're fruits. What does that say to you about what's going on in the world today? What's the story there?
People need to be entertained. People just want something out of the ordinary.
Bringing smiles to people's faces.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, it makes me think, what am I doing? I need to be making these videos because, you know, the goal is to get paid off of these eventually.
Right.
And it was interesting. I was looking at a CNET study. Only 44% of people think they can spot an AI video. Now, that's just what they think. I swear, of that 44, some of those people have been duped because these things look so real. And I think a lot of people are just getting tricked like all the time.
Well, you know who can spot them more than 44% of the time? Kids. My kids always tell me I'm sending them AI videos. Obviously, we know that Devin Booker didn't punch this guy. Obviously, we know that fruits aren't making out with each other and cheating on each other. But there are some AI videos that are coming out, or AI pages and things that are trying to pretend as though the news is real.
But it's crazy stuff. Did you know Charles Barkley died?
No, I saw that.
And then a month later, apparently he had a baby.
He had a baby, yes. Remember we were at lunch last week, and I'm like, let me reach out to these people who are making these. They reached out right away and talked about the technology. And I read this article that I'm looking at right now. It's on techtransformation.com, and it says it doesn't take much as far as all of these apps and things to make these things look really real versus maybe just a year ago. The apps and things that these people are using, all you do is plug in what you want and it cranks it out. So anyways, it's wild. Beware for the folks out there on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. I mean, there's a lot of them out there.
Most of this stuff is like fun stuff. Like the part where I get concerned is when we get, midterms coming up, political stuff, world events, war. Like, take your time probably is the answer, because when you're doing this stuff fast, to like pause before you share it. Just take a moment and pause and go, is this real? Is this real?
The algorithm did it.
It did it again.
Again and again and again. Ian, thank you. Go to bed. Bye. The algorithm did it. If you have any ideas for this segment, it's our brand new one. Send them my way. I promise you I look at them.
Yvonne Huffley. Who are you? Black royalty, Yvonne Huffley. No, you. No, you. Who has the Academy Award and who doesn't? Well, exactly.
Yeah, she's got an Academy Award. I'm going to sit down with her. She's a local gal who is really making her voice heard in Hollywood. She co-produced the documentary, and she's ended up getting an Oscar. Yes, she did. She's opening up to me after the break about helping others do the same, and she's going to tell us which Arizona city helped shape her career. All right, up next, I'm talking to a woman who is part of an award-winning production, and she's repping Maryvale all the way to Hollywood and on some of industry's biggest stages.
Okay, so are you from Maryvale? I am from I'm from the West Side, and then I went to Maryvale High School.
Tell me how you got into this world in the first place. Which college did you go to?
I went to the University of Arizona.
Oh, so you stayed here.
I did stay here. I was in my family, I was the first person to go to college. And then I ended up getting a little small theater outside of the school. And I actually learned more from doing small community theater in Arizona in that 1 year.
And how did you end up on stage to where you are now?
After college, I went to Chicago.
Okay.
And Chicago just embraced me. That's like my second mama. and I became a woman in Chicago. I love that city.
And you were
so
very
much.
Young, early 20s.
Yes,
okay.
When I went there, and just so many people believed in me and poured into me and gave me my equity card there. There wasn't a lot of film or television there. But then I decided it was one day, it was so cold in Chicago, and I was cursing the city that had taken care of me as the wind whipped up to into my coat.
Very
and
cold.
I said, oh no, I got to go. So then I left and I went to Los Angeles, and it was
just Chicago to Los Angeles, just like that.
Yeah, I spent about 5 years in Chicago, just coming up, getting all the unions that I needed to, for me at least, to feel like I'm a professional. I honestly just fell into the trap of like me. And being Black and Filipino, the whole identity thing of I'm not Black enough, I'm not Asian enough. People, there's not a huge Filipino voice that I know of in the film industry at that time. So there was a lot of just figuring out what I stood for.
Mm-hmm.
So we started a theater company there. It evolved from waiting for somebody else to say yes to us saying yes to ourselves, of investing in an independent film community that we thought we can actually change the landscape here.
How did Arizona play in what you're doing? Being from here, growing up here.
My brother, my sister, and I were the only Black Filipino kids on the block, right? And so for us, for me especially, and growing up around mostly white folks, our school at Maryvale was definitely diverse, but it was mostly white. I'm grateful for the experience because when I'm in a space where there's lots of white people and feeling smaller and being confident in myself that I deserve to be here.
But it made you really strong.
Yeah, it really made me have that resilience. And then it was really individuals that were pouring into me that made me knew I could do what I'm doing.
This goes all the way back to 1968.
So how did the Academy Award come to be? So this film gets made, you guys are behind it, and then it wins.
Right, well, they did like a huge Oscar campaign for it. And so within the budget, they put a ton of more money to get it in front of people. And then I remember because it was just, we were at the beginning of the creation of our company.
Venture, yeah.
And we went to, someone was hosting a huge, Oscar party, and we got a big, huge table. We all sat down, celebrated with each other. And yeah, it was just great being around a bunch of artists.
What did that say to you, or how did that moment speak to you in terms of you being on the right path?
It told me along the way, because all along the way I'm speaking to people and hearing their personal stories about the movies that they're trying to make, because we have stories that we want to tell.
Okay.
And what we have to say is also important. And we've learned, now we can take all of that information and create what it is that we want in this particular space.
So it kind of gave you confidence. So I'm wondering if overall, do you feel like your story overarchingly means to always bet on yourself? Is that the message? Because it sounds like that's exactly what you did.
We did. I appreciate you reflecting that back to me. I've actually not used that phrase, betting on myself.
Yeah, but it's the moral to your story. It's like you're trying to help people tell their story. Meanwhile, you get the inspiration to tell your individual stories, and you want to keep this train going.
And it should be reciprocal, right?
Right.
It should be someone pours into me, I pour into somebody else.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of what we try to do.
So what do you think about this journey so far?
I'm not done. We're not done.
Kudos to Yvonne Huff-Lee. We are rooting for you, and you can catch more of our conversation on our social pages, Original with Yetta. We will see you again next week. 5 things in your fridge.
I got these chicken pieces, butter, some milk, onions, and some leftover quinoa, white quinoa.
And that's what you're going to be eating tonight?
If it ain't gone. Electric Lady by Janelle Monáe.
Okay, hit it.
Electric Lady, get away.
Okay.
Get down.
Okay. Approved.